Coffee prices have significantly increased in recent years. Here's an upward trending line graph I found online that has nothing to do with it. And I'm damn sick and tired of these increases, so to do something about it, I'm gonna have nothing but Starbucks this week for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It makes more sense if you don't think about it. This week, I'm gonna make a lot of questionable decisions, such as ordering a cake pop off Uber Eats.
Now, if you'll excuse me, I gotta run, because Mama needs coffee.
For this week, let's talk about the things I can and cannot consume. I can only have food from Starbucks, nowhere else. If I have coffee, it can only be Starbucks coffee, but I'm going to a party later in the week, so I'm gonna allow myself to have some adult beverages. I'm gonna need something to cope with all this. I have to go 3 times a day, and I have to get a different drink every time I am at a Starbucks. For my first meal of the week, I asked myself, what would I get if I wasn't afraid of the internet judging my stupid order? So I got a grande iced mocha and an impossible breakfast sandwich. And also for this order, my name was Batman. Oh, I'm also gonna try to order under a stupid name every time too. Now, if you've never had anything from here, you'll see later in the video that all Starbucks orders look like Panic at the Disco songs from the 2000s. They have a lot of words in them, and I'm not really sure what any of them mean. My breakfast sandwich and my liquid sugar were very good, but after seeing the amount of sugar I probably consumed, I realized I probably needed to make smarter choices going into the rest of the week. I probably won't make them, by the way. I'm just letting you know what I should be doing. I decided to take a promo photo for social media to show me starting this project, and I needed to get a prop drink because I already consumed my other beverage, so I got a tall decaf mocha. So yeah, not really making great decisions off the rip here. I'm a little nervous about this week, only because 1, I want the plot to thicken, but 2, mostly because I'm gonna have a lot of caffeine and sugar because I don't drink normal black coffee like a normal person. I said normal a lot there. I'm not normal. Oh, and also for people that have never had Starbucks, I'll just talk about the sizes of the Starbucks cups with you. Tall is their smallest size, which doesn't make sense for me as a tall person who has a stupid American brain. Grande is like the medium size. Venti is their large. And Trenta is the extra large for Starbucks coffee and tea drinks. It's basically the level where you're like, hey, please f me up today. I don't really care what happens. I'm also moving this week to this mansion that I definitely did not find on stock footage. So I went on a walk to avoid responsibility with having to deal with that. And after filling out some paperwork at the new apartment complex, front desk resort, front desk, I realized I had already made a mistake this week. I went into my apartment and they have homemade cookies out there. And I was like, oh, homemade cookie. And I took one and I ate it. And then I was like, oh yeah, I'm only supposed to eat and drink Starbucks for a week. I'm not gonna build this channel on a foundation of lies. I already screwed up after meal 1. So from now on, I will not eat or drink anything else but Starbucks. And you have my word. So I'll just try to remember the rules I literally just put in place for next time. And then went back to Starbucks for meal 2 and to see my friend Alexis. Alexis, how much do you hate me for making you write Shrek on the cup? But this is my swamp, Alexis. This is my swamp. I got a grande pink refresher that Alexis recommended and a bacon Gouda sandwich. The refresher was actually the first non-coffee drink I've ever gotten at Starbucks. I had no idea they had non-coffee drinks there. I'm not kidding. And since it's gonna be a really long week, I definitely have to mix getting coffee with getting non-caffeinated drinks like this. I'm assuming this doesn't have caffeine in it, right? Oh, okay, it has caffeine in it. Well, f me then. The food here is also pretty solid, but there's just one problem. It's portioned for ants and everything costs over $5. So I think I'm gonna have to order more food and spend a lot more money. Woohoo. I then had to do some errands before the moving truck came tomorrow. Just kidding, I went to Party City to get some balloons because the In-N-Out video became the first video on the channel to cross over 1 million views, so Bill came over to take some photos. And we also had an adult beverage. Again, please don't hate me, I make the rules around here. Honestly, I don't even know what to say. Like, at this time too, the Buc-ee's video is over 1 million views. Like, just so thankful. This whole year has been like a dream. After vibing out for one last time at my apartment, I then remembered at 9 p.m. I needed to get some TV boxes so my TVs don't break. Why did I just pay $105 for 3 TV boxes? After I got done complaining about box prices, I went to Starbucks around 9:30 at night. One of the Starbucks in the area closes at 10:30 every night, so that'll be my dinner location for most days. I also say dinner extremely loosely here. I got a spinach feta and egg white wrap, popcorn, a venti chocolate cream cold brew, and a grande black coffee for later since I procrastinated on packing the entire day. I didn't really know what to say for my name tonight, so I panicked and just said banana. And the barista totally understood it because after that she said K. Did you get it? Because K is the chemical symbol for potassium. Oh, do you think that she said K because she hates me? My chocolate cream cold brew might have been my favorite drink I've consumed so far. And the food was really good as well. But again, there was just one problem. I spent $16.65 on this meal, and I'm probably gonna be still hungry tonight. However, at the time, I was thinking, honestly, I feel pretty good right now. Honestly, I feel pretty good right now. I have a feeling in the next couple days I will not feel great. But that was until I went back home and immediately shit my pants. And no, that's not an exaggeration. That's actually what happened. So yeah, this is gonna be a pretty long week. After day one, I've spent $44.40 on 3 meals at Starbucks, and wait for it, 781 milligrams of caffeine. I didn't know if that was an absurd amount of caffeine to consume in a day or not. So after looking up the recommended safe amount daily for adults, yeah, I almost consumed twice that. So I probably need to make better decisions going into day 2, but if you're a seasoned veteran watching these videos, you know that I'm probably not going to do that. Also, none of what I'm doing right now is safe. I don't recommend anybody has this amount of caffeine, so please do not try this at home. I am a professional dumbass. On day 2, I felt like I got hit by a bus that was extremely heavy, and all buses are extremely heavy, I think. So for this hypothetical situation, imagine it's an even heavier bus. So I decided instead of packing, I'd walk to a nearby Starbucks where you can only order on your phone, except I didn't know this. And then another thing I didn't know was that the Starbucks app was experiencing a nationwide outage that morning, meaning I would have to go to another Starbucks location and I would have less time to pack. Oh man, that's such a bummer because I literally was just gonna start packing, I swear. For my first meal of the day, I got a grande iced caramel latte and egg white bites. And also my name was turquoise this morning because it's one of my favorite colors. They spelled it wrong, but that's okay because this name is only going to be mine for 10 more minutes anyways. I was recommended by a few friends to get the egg white bites, and they were great. There was just 2 things wrong with them. First, there wasn't a lot of food, which, what the f***? Do you guys not know how much I eat? Are my friends clueless? And second, they were $6.95. What am I paying for? That is the literal equivalent of getting 4.5 Costco hot dog meals. And yes, of course, I would love one right now. I have so much anxiety right now. My friend Randy came over to help me pack some stuff before the movers came, since I can't do anything right on my own. And then after the movers took the heavy stuff that I didn't want to grab, I went to a nearby gas station for meal 4.5, I think you can call it. AKA, I just got a Starbucks mocha double shot energy on the way to my new apartment. I mean mansion. It's definitely a mansion, you guys. Okay, fine, it's an apartment, whatever. I got really tired from watching the movers put all the heavy stuff into my apartment, so to treat myself, I went back to Starbucks for lunch. I got a banana, walnut, and pecan loaf. The loaf is really doing a lot of work in that sense. It's literally just a slice of bread. An egg pesto and mozzarella sandwich, and a grande summerberry lemonade refresher. Also, they didn't ask for my name, which I was really bummed about because I had a super silly one just like locked on deck. My meal was pretty expensive, and that was because I realized if I want to consume more food, Starbucks won't make the portions bigger. So I just gotta order more myself. The summerberry refresher was actually unreal. It had these things called raspberry pearls in it. I didn't know the raspberry pearls were gonna be in there. It was a nice surprise. It was very, very good. Next time I'll do more research before I do an eating challenge, but probably not.
I don't wanna move. I don't wanna move. I don't want to eat Starbucks. I want to have real food.
I have to be out of my old apartment by tomorrow and move all the smaller stuff that I was too lazy to grab before this week. But first, I had to move my bowels because the coffee I was consuming was fucking me up this week. And in honor of this, we just made t-shirts that say, I just took a venti crappuccino. The next few hours were very boring. I won't bore you as well, but I just moved a bunch of bags from my old apartment to my new apartment. Okay, great. For my last meal of day 2, I got a chicken maple butter and egg sandwich, a sausage cheddar and egg sandwich, popcorn, and a venti mango dragon fruit refresher. Holy cow, that's a lot of words I just said. And they didn't ask for my name again. This is proof that you can put dramatic music behind anything and make it sound good. I had the whole place to myself, which makes total sense because who else would come to Starbucks at 9 p.m. at night? Okay, actually nurses and people that work late. Night people. Yeah, there's a lot of people, I'm sorry. I've been really enjoying the popcorn here because my smooth brain only thought Starbucks made coffee, but no, they make so much more. They also create some food and ambiance. The chicken maple butter and egg sandwich is easily the best food I've ever tried at Starbucks, and I also really enjoyed the mango dragon fruit refresher. I got a lot more food here tonight, so now of course I felt extremely nourished and way better, right? Wrong.
Dude, I'm exhausted today. I'm just not getting enough nutrition here. 2 days in, I have 5 more after this. I still have to move.
After day 2, I've spent $98.02. Oh my goodness, I hate myself so much. And have consumed 1,181 milligrams of caffeine after having 400 milligrams today. According to science, that means I was responsible on day 2. Just kidding. Please don't do this. I'm a fucking moron for it. The good news, all my clothes are here. The bad news is I don't know where any of it is. I went to Starbucks on day 3 at the ass crack of 11:13 a.m.
It's 11:19 a.m. and I'm tired. What am I doing? What am I doing with my life?
This like really wild unseen thing was happening where I was having so much caffeine that it was keeping me up at night and really throwing me off of my sleep schedule. I know, right? Who would have seen this coming? For my first meal, I named myself Help and got a grande iced white chocolate macadamia cream cold brew. What the f did I just say? Huh? And a spinach feta and egg white wrap again. Both items tasted great despite it being extremely overpriced, and the caffeine wasn't really working, but honestly at this point I think I just need an IV with like a bunch of caffeine in it. I then went back to my old apartment one final time and waved goodbye. This apartment really means a lot to me because it's where this YouTube channel blossomed, and without you guys none of this would have been possible. So thank you. I'm gonna miss this apartment very much, but I'm gonna have you guys. Suckers.
Does everybody mind if I say something that's really obvious right now? I shouldn't have done this challenge while moving.
So for my second meal today, I got an Impossible breakfast sandwich, another chicken maple butter and egg sandwich, and a venti melon burst ice energy. I didn't have any clue what that was when I was ordering it, but I love danger. I also put my name in as what I would rather be eating right now. Taco. I decided I didn't have enough anxiety apparently and got another double shot energy drink at a gas station nearby before deciding I wanted to exercise for once this week and took my parents' dogs out for a walk. They take big dumps like me as well. And then I got everything out of my car into my new apartment. Hooray. If I had advice for anybody, it's just don't move. Don't move at all. Just stay where you are. Never move. Okay, I'm gonna go to Starbucks now. For my last meal today, I decided to name myself Cheese since I have no remaining brain cells. And got a ham and Swiss croissant, an egg pesto and mozzarella sandwich again, and a venti pineapple passion fruit refresher. Alliteration aside, I was really excited for this. Despite needing to take out a reverse mortgage to pay for this meal, I really enjoyed everything and felt like it would be enough to hold me over for the rest of the night. But just in case, I went back up to get another snack, and the barista Brielle recommended I get their lime chips, which she said are really, really good. So I said, okay. I decided to eat them in the car outside of Starbucks like a weird person. And right after that is where I made a very crucial mistake. This challenge has been so taxing. I think I'm just gonna cap it off with having booze. That is not a good example of how to solve problems, kids. Just literally don't do that. But anyways, I'm gonna do it. I didn't do anything crazy other than getting some Guinness from a grocery store nearby, but that seemed to be the last straw that broke the camel's ass. I mean back. I'll spare you with the details of what happened that night, but let's just say out of all the things I haven't unpacked yet, for some reason, I unpacked my plunger. Okay, that's it. After 3 days, I spent, I don't even want to check to be honest with you, $150.94 and have consumed 1,671 milligrams of caffeine, which is an average of 557 milligrams of caffeine a day. That's like 157 milligrams of caffeine per day more than what you're safely recommended to consume as an adult. So in other words, I should be publicly shamed for this mouth-breathing behavior of mine. On day 4, I really had trouble getting out of bed, just like every morning, but this was a little different. This thing was out called the sun, and it really hurt my eyeballs. But after a quick walk, I went back to Starbucks where I wasn't really looking forward to this next meal. However, I wanted to stay as positive as I possibly could, so I got my meal under the name Slay Queen. I got a turkey bacon cheddar and egg white sandwich, a pumpkin and pepita loaf, and again, it's not a loaf, and a grande nitro cold brew. I don't usually like drinking straight up black coffee, but the word nitro is a fun adjective. It reminds me of Crash Bandicoot, so that's why I got it. Surprisingly though, I really like the nitro cold brew. Maybe I can be a normal person and have normal coffee. It's actually impossible, but it's a nice thought to have for once. The sandwich was good too, but it was small, shocking. And you might be thinking, wait, it looks normal size in your hands. Does that mean you have small hands? On second thought, that sandwich was really big. Yeah, it was huge. I stayed around to do some work, aka look at dog video compilations to procrastinate from unpacking. And I also took a shitty time lapse that I didn't know was out of focus. So that was very on brand for me. There's so much corporate bullshit that goes on at a Starbucks, like business meetings where people are literally saying nothing. I then had to go to a business meeting myself. And on the way there, I saw the ops. And you'll never guess where I was asked to meet for this business meeting. That's right, Starbucks. I got another Grande Summer Berry Lemonade Refresher and did the same business meeting stuff that I literally just got done complaining about 15 seconds ago. I then got hungry and went back to the Starbucks that I was at before coming to this Starbucks. So in other words, I ate a meal at Starbucks and then left to go to a business meeting at a different Starbucks, which I cut that meeting short to go back to the original Starbucks I was at to get another meal. Yeah, I mean, nobody thought I was a genius here. I put my name in as I'm tired, because that's facts, and got kale and mushroom egg bites and a grande dihydrogen monoxide, aka a normal cup of water. I had previously complained about the size of the egg white bites in comparison to how much they cost, but at this rate, I should probably just be complaining about everything that I get at Starbucks because it's underportioned and overpriced. So whatever. And they were very, very good, even though I didn't wait long enough for them to cool and they burnt my tongue. And that dihydrogen monoxide was so good, I was like, maybe I should consume more of this water, as you humans say. And on my way back to my apartment, I realized I forgot my backpack at Starbucks. I'm so f***ing tired of coming here. So maybe the cup was right. Maybe I was tired. So I decided I needed to take a hot girl nap. I regret saying that. And as I awoke from my 10-minute hibernation, I had a really dumb idea. Maybe my dumbest yet. As I've been in multiple Starbucks locations, I've noticed that each one of them has sold cake pops, which are just basically cake balls on a stick. And since I was looking for something to entertain myself for the next couple hours and I didn't really want to move at all, I decided to see if I could Uber Eats a cake pop. So I got an orange cream cake pop for the low price of $4.15. That's crazy, but it gets even crazier because when you include the delivery fee, it's only a little less than $10. But it gets even crazier. Let's say I want to prioritize it to come within 10 to 30 minutes as opposed to the standard 15 to 35 minutes. All I have to do is pay $4 more. But wait, you could get even more absurd. In my sleepy state as I was about to confirm the order, I thought I was giving compliments to the delivery driver, when in reality, I was actually selecting the amount of money I was going to tip them. So yes, I paid a grand total of $19.17 for an orange cream cake pop that I sucked down in approximately 5 seconds.
That was $19. Pretty good though. Worth $19? No.
I learned absolutely nothing from this exercise other than the fact that I'm incredibly irresponsible with money. Now, when somebody's tired, one of the recommendations to get yourself out of that tiredness is to move around a little bit. And that's what I did. Except it was a little more than moving. It was a 6-mile run. And it was also very humid out, so I was more sweaty than somebody that is really, really sweaty. Because I was even more sweaty. And I also can't think of a joke right now. So yeah, obviously that made me even more tired. That didn't really solve anything. But I was faced with a bigger problem right now. I was having a lot of caffeine, and whenever I didn't have caffeine, I had withdrawals from it. So the only thing I could have to fix that circle of being tired was more caffeine. I couldn't function with coffee. I couldn't function without coffee. What was I gonna do to fix this? I'm not sure, but I had to go to Starbucks again because I still gotta finish this damn video project. For my last meal of day 4, I had to make it official. Get it? Because I have a referee shirt on. And got another chicken maple butter and egg sandwich, another bacon Gouda sandwich, and a venti caramel frappuccino. Caramel frappuccino was actually the very first drink I got at Starbucks in high school, so it always holds some like sentimental value to me. And since it was the first one I've had in years, I decided to be a human garbage disposal and get another caramel frappuccino. Don't worry, it was a grande this time, not a venti, because I'm hashtag responsible. I then met up with my friends Jack and Joey and also my plumber that was in my all-you-can-eat seats video.
How's business? Booming. Booming.
He wants to remain anonymous during this video because he doesn't want people seeing him play favoritism towards his biggest client. I had a high noon and watched my friends eat bar food and ice cream while I just consumed ambiance. After 4 days, I spent $222.60 after spending $71.22 on day 4. What the f am I even doing right now? And I've also consumed 552.5 milligrams of caffeine today, bringing my total up to 2,223.5 milligrams. At this point in the video, I had no idea the dangerous amounts of caffeine I was consuming. I just found it out while editing, so I think if I would have known, I would have been more responsible in the moment. At least I like to think that, but everybody knows that I wouldn't have. It's day 5, which means I'm over halfway to being done with this completely pointless project. I went back to Starbucks after taking another venti crappuccino and got another spinach feta and egg wrap and a grande iced brown sugar oat milk shake and espresso. What? That's a That's a sentence right there. I made my name Hawktua and they wrote Hot 2 instead, which is close enough, honestly. And I was definitely fighting for my life on day 5, and I can honestly say at this point, this was the worst weekly eating challenge I have ever done. I was cluelessly optimistic for this one because the last 2 I've done, being In-N-Out and Buc-ee's, they both were very, very fun. But I guess there's one key difference with this and Starbucks. Those places sell real food. I unpacked a lot of clothes and also put some to the side to donate, which it felt good to do that, but also I had a ton of bags to still trip over. And on my way back to Starbucks, I found somebody that was more brain dead than me.
Hey, can we move? Can we figure something out? No? Okay, I'm just gonna go myself.
I took a venti cappuccino in their bathroom and washed my hands because some of you freaks don't wash your hands, so I had to give a little PSA here. Wash your damn hands. I forgot to put a silly name down on my order. I was really mad at myself, to be honest with you. But I got another pumpkin and pepita loaf, aka a slice of bread, an Impossible breakfast sandwich, and a venti white chocolate mocha. This is a tough meal to eat, and I'm only saying that because I want the plot to thicken. It actually wasn't that hard to eat. My job this week is to eat Starbucks, and that's like one of the best jobs in the world. So yeah, it kind of sucks right now, but in the grand scheme of things, it really isn't that bad.
Yeah, you're out. You're out. T, you're out.
I met up with Jack and my plumber again for a drink.
My plumbing team were not alcoholics or anything.
And I watched them tear up literally the most beautiful nachos I've ever seen in my entire life. Even though I just ate 30 minutes ago, I can always eat again.
What are you doing?
I'm filming myself. It's for the plot. I need the plot to thicken. It's for the plot. Like I'm building the stakes. There's like cinematic music playing right now.
Oh, because you're in a restaurant.
Yeah, I can't eat it because I'm sad. Exactly. You get it. My plumber didn't want beans on his nachos, which after seeing my plumbing system, could you blame him? I then went back to Starbucks through the drive-thru for an early dinner tonight.
Thank you.
It didn't come in this time.
Yeah, I'm going to a black and white party. That's why I'm dressed in a referee uniform.
And got a grande iced chai latte, a sausage bacon wrap, and another chicken maple and egg sandwich. They gave me egg bites instead of the sausage bacon wrap.
This is bacon sausage wrap, and I got egg bites, which is fine. I will eat them. It's just not as much food.
But we're staying positive today, baby, because I got no fucking choice.
Hot.
I then picked up Nicole, who, if you remember, just so happens to do all my graphic design and thumbnails for the channel.
Great job on the thumbnail. You haven't made it yet, but by the time this comes out, the thumbnail will be made, and I'm sure you did a great job, so.
I did. Keep everything on the hush. Big moves like an elephant. My shit is nuts.
We were both dressed in black and white because we were going to our friend Mac's debut art show tonight, and the attire was black and white, so we listened. Also, this really famous person was there too.
Dude, is that Jake Paul?
It was an incredibly legendary night where I watched all my friends eat really good food, and I was very jealous, but that's okay because I had a couple drinks, and I got to watch my friend put on one of the best art shows I've ever seen in my entire life. So 10 out of 10 Mac. After 5 days, I've spent $273.81 at Starbucks. Guys, that's not a real number. That should be illegal. And also, I've consumed 2,761 milligrams of caffeine, a 5-day average of 555.2, which is 155.2 milligrams more than you're supposed to if you're recommended to be safe as an adult. I think the caffeine's still working right now. I woke up on day 6 at 7 a.m., which was crazy because I went to bed the previous night at 3:30 a.m. Very on brand for me. I woke up this early to go down to Columbus to get there in time at the finish line for my girlfriend to cross as she competes in Pelotonia, a bike race in Columbus every year. So on the way down, I had breakfast, aka 2 mocha double shot energy drinks.
That's the first time I've ever worn a poncho. I'm really glad. Why did I bring one? That was so random. I literally never have a poncho, but we'll take it. Dumb luck.
I didn't think I would have time to get to the finish line, so that's why I didn't stop at an actual Starbucks on the way, which is, you know, pretty stupid.
This is the most degenerate breakfast I've ever had, which is saying a lot.
I ended up being there 2 hours early, which it's the first time I've ever came early, so we'll take it. Huh? And obviously I was super tired, but I got to see Kelsey cross the finish line and complete her race, so that meant way more to me and it was well worth it. I then watched her eat really good looking food, so I decided to have some carbs while waiting, aka a beer. And also, side note, Starbucks needs espresso martinis. At 2 p.m. I was able to eat my first food since 19 hours ago before Mac's art show. I treated myself to a chicken maple butter and egg sandwich again, an egg pesto and mozzarella sandwich, and a venti mocha frappuccino. I think I've done a pretty good job of getting a different drink at every meal at Starbucks, but I'm worried that they're gonna run out of drinks for me to consume. Just kidding, there are infinite drinks in the Starbucks cinematic universe. After taking a nap on Kelsey's couch, despite her being the one that did the bike race and not me, went back to Starbucks for my last meal of the day. I decided I give up. Would be the name on my cup and meal. I'm not actually giving up on this challenge. I got an iced venti vanilla sweet cream cold brew, which is my favorite Panic at the Disco song, an Impossible breakfast sandwich, and a bacon Gouda sandwich. I didn't really have much creativity with my food orders this week just because I needed to mix it up with the drinks and because I wanted to know that what I was getting would somewhat fill me up, even though it never did. Oh, and also I got a popcorn to hold me over tonight, which it didn't. I decided to go to dinner with Kelsey, and just because I'm torturing myself this week doesn't mean that she has to be tortured. I mean, she has to share a bathroom with me tonight, so that's enough torture, honestly. She got a delicious looking burger and pigs in a blanket, and I got jealous. After 6 days, I spent $323.14 at Starbucks and consumed 3,466 milligrams of caffeine after consuming 705 today. So looking back at this, it's obviously worrisome to see the amount of caffeine I've consumed so far this week, but it honestly makes sense as to why I feel like crap currently. Because this week, the week after doing this challenge, I've definitely had coffee withdrawals, especially since I'm not even really having coffee this week.
Yeah, that's a lie. I'm still having a ton of coffee.
Because I'm so damn tired of it. Anyways, for the last day of this completely unnecessary challenge, I started off with a morning ritual of destroying Kelsey's toilet and then watching her have real coffee and not having it myself. So I then went to Starbucks to have whatever their coffee is.
Oh, shit. There it is. Oh my goodness, one more day. There's only one more day. One more day.
Starbucks also sells a bunch of things that I really don't need, but they look cool. They had this like olive oil that was named after me. Extra virgin. Excuse me? Anyways, my name for this meal this morning was sports because I like sports. I got the chicken maple and egg sandwich, a pumpkin and pepita loaf, and a grande iced caramel macchiato. I ate the food very fast because I like food and I like eating it fast. I went on the walk with Kelsey before I headed back up to Cleveland to complete the rest of the challenge. That was not dramatic.
What?
Oh, I was just gonna, it was supposed to be more cinematic and I didn't do a good job. And as I said goodbye to her, I remembered on our walk, we were talking about how good a corn dog would be right now. Okay, it was actually me that was talking about that, but I was conversing with her about it. And let's just say life has a very funny way of trolling you sometimes, like it did here.
It says corn dogs. I want a corn dog so bad. It's not fair.
At this point, I've mailed in consuming any real sustenance this week, so I decided to go back to Sheets again and get another double shot mocha energy drink.
Oh man, can't wait to have lunch.
Honestly, like, if I won another day, I don't think I would have been able to complete this challenge. I was just so done with everything.
Yeah, that's a lie. I'm a fucking idiot. I would have done it for sure. I would have done it for sure. Okay, sorry. Back to the video.
At this point, I wanted to be a normal human again, or at least normal for me because I'm not normal. But the only thing really carrying me over was my friends and family who were giving me support. My friend Randy came over and helped hang up the grass wall for this video. So that was great because I could record this video. I have no idea how to record a video without grass behind me. I don't know how to put up the like LED signs behind me though because I'm an idiot. And now, after all that, there was only one thing left to do, and that was to dress up for the coffee funeral.
Oh, I can't wait to have real food again. Let's go.
This is the happiest I'd ever be ending a weekly eating challenge because I can say for certain this was the hardest and most pointless. I got a venti Java chip frappuccino, some bacon egg bites, and a spinach feta and egg wrap. I had Starbucks so much this week that if you said Starbucks 3 times in a mirror, I bet I honestly would appear. You should try it right now.
Starbucks, Starbucks, Starbucks. Oh, awesome, it worked.
I then deleted my last Starbucks meal off the face of the fucking earth, and that was it. I had eaten only Starbucks for 7 days. And now, the results that nobody asked for. In 7 days, I've spent, wait for it, $360.93 at Starbucks, which is a ridiculous amount of money on food that didn't fill me up. And the crazier number here, in the past 7 days, I'd consumed 3,882 milligrams of caffeine, which is a total of 554.6 milligrams per day. My last video didn't have a takeaway message, so I thought it was only right that I have one for this video. Just because you could do something doesn't mean you should do something. AKA, I should never have done this. And I should probably make my next eating challenge. I ate nothing but healthy food for a week because I'm dying inside right now.
I know what I like, baby, I like you. Miss American Pie with the high Q. Oh my, I do. Just fly right through. We'll get high as a kite in the afternoon.
Can I do a walk?
Yes.
In here, baby, buddy, ain't no right, baby. Bye, 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 bye.